Stella, wait. Wait there. Wait. Okay, go.
I get so many questions every day about dachshunds and puppies and Stella and all things related to dogs. So I asked everyone on Instagram to send me some questions and I'm gonna answer them with Stella today, but first, I gotta catch her. I got her. Our first question was, what are your tips for taking the perfect photo? My dogsies are always getting distracted. I could go on a lot about this. I'd say first thing is I wouldn't take pictures of Stella right now because she's super overstimulated and going crazy. I usually play with Stella, or I tire her out or take her to the dog park, do something that will make her more tired and listen better, and then I take the photos. Because when she's tired, she's a lot more likely to stay still and it's a lot less frustrating for me. I've also practiced sit and stay and down and all those things a lot with Stella, so she's pretty good about it. It's almost like she knows when she sees the camera that if she sits still, she gets treats. So I'd say tire out your dog and practice sit and stay a lot. Okay, you can go play. She wants to get through this fence so bad. I think there's a little bunny's nest in those sticks in my neighbor's yard, so I'm pretty sure that's what she's trying to get to. Yeah. You want this? You want this? Okay, bye. That dog is nuts. Does Stella shed much? No, she honestly, oh my God, she's pooping. She honestly barely sheds at all. Like, I was fully prepared getting a long-haired dog to have lots of shedding, lots of brushing, lots of grooming, and she barely sheds. If I'm holding her and cuddling her, I'll get a little bit of fluff on my shirt, but honestly, that's about it. I caught you. How did you get Stella not to bark at people? My dog barks every time she sees people. Honestly, I'm still working on this one. She's so happy right now. Dachshunds by nature are barkers. They're very vocal dogs, so if that's something that your apartment building or your neighbors or someone isn't okay with, then you really need to consider that. But when it comes to walks and stuff, Stella definitely struggles with leash reactivity. She's a lot better now than she used to be, but we've done a lot of training, a lot of practicing, a lot of deconditioning. The main key is socializing your dog a lot. So the more Stella gets exposed to people and dogs, the better she's gotten. And when she's barking, I just increase my distance or I get a distraction. And I keep increasing my distance and distraction until she stops barking. And then once she's good, then I move a little bit closer. Stella and I go to the park a lot and we just watch people and dogs go by. And I think that's helped a lot with her stopping the barking. And daycare. Stella's not so bad with people, but she is pretty bad when she sees dogs. She just gets super excited and barks and lunges and wants to go see them. And bringing her to daycare has let her socialize and get used to being around dogs more. So now when she sees one on a walk, it's not so taboo and she doesn't freak out as much. But yeah, my main piece of advice would be to socialize and to desensitize your dog by exposing them to it a lot. How long did it take Stella to love the crate and stop crying at night? How did you teach her? How long did it take you, Stella? When did you stop crying in your crate? So the first night I got Stella, she cried not the entire night, but it was a lot of crying, and I felt really terrible leaving her in the crate. First of all, I'm not a dog trainer. I'm not certified. This is just from my personal experience, what I've read and all that. So don't take my word, do your own research as well. But from my experience, you need to let the dog figure it out on their own and resolve the issue of being scared and the anxiety on your own. Because if you just take your dog out every time they cry, you're reinforcing to them that they need you to solve their problems and make them feel better. And when you're comforting them, you're making them think that they have a reason to cry. It's just a lot better for your dog's overall confidence and independence if they get through the crying, they figure it out on their own. And Stella only cried for the first night and then a little bit on the second night, but after that she was totally fine in her crate. And I think it's because she toughed it out and she got through it on her own and realized it's really not that bad and I don't need someone to rescue me and let me out of my crate. I also didn't just stuff her in the crate the first night. There was a lot of slow introduction, so I started by just showing her the crate and giving her treats when she walked around the crate, and then I put some really nice treats inside the crate and got her to walk in on her own. I didn't force her to go in, I let her figure it out on her own. And then, oh my god, a mosquito just flew on my face. And then throughout her first day, I would leave her in the crate for a few minutes at a time by herself. So then she got used to, okay, I can be in here, the door can close, and I'm gonna get let back out. So I think that helped her a lot with the crate training. Let me just clear the shot a little bit here. Grass needs to be cut. Okay, it's not for you to eat, Stella. I just got a mini dachshund, the same as Stella. How do you help with puppy biting? Stella was so bad at puppy biting. Again, I'm not a professional, so make sure you do your own research and consult actual dog trainers, but what worked for me was when it came to biting people and biting fingers. Their teeth are so sharp, and when they bite, you really want to scream and say, ow. And I actually did scream and say ow. Every time she bit me, I'd really dramatically say ouch. And when I'd do that, she'd let go and she'd stop, and I'd stop playing with her for about 30 seconds so that she'd know she bit too hard. I'm not okay with that. And I did that every time she bit my fingers too hard. I'd say ouch really, really loud. Did you get them? And then I'd stop playing. So she knew, okay, when I bite like that, they don't like it and they don't play with me anymore. When it came to chewing objects, that's a little bit harder. I never used the bitter apple spray or hot sauce or anything like that. Stay with me. They want to see your face. I would just really limit what she had access to. So if I knew that she had a habit of chewing on pens, I wouldn't leave pens on the floor or on tables that she could reach. I just took everything out of her reach that I thought she might chew on. So she just never had the opportunity to chew it. Obviously, you can't always control that, and she would get stuff sometimes, and I wouldn't yell at her, I wouldn't shame her. I would just take it away and instead start playing with the toy, so then she thought, oh, actually that toy seems a lot more fun than chewing on this other thing. Okay, one more and then I'll let you run, okay? What are your top 5 breeds? I love asking people this if you didn't get Stella. If I didn't get a mini dachshund, there's a lot of dog breeds I like. I just love dogs in general. Okay, you can go play. Golden Retriever is for sure one. German Shepherds, I love a lot. Australian Shepherds, I love a lot. I also love just random mixes of breeds, like those mutts that you rescue that you don't even know what their breed is. Oh my god, she's going nuts again. Not that I think it's okay for people to be irresponsible and breed dogs and make rescues, but every rescue mutt I've met has been such a nice dog. I think I have one more. Maybe a Corgi, because Corgis also kind of look like wiener dogs. And I love their colors, they just remind me of hamsters. So yeah, I think those are my top 5. Do you want to play with a stick? Wow! Oh my gosh, you're so strong. Ah, you got it. Okay, don't eat it though. You're crazy. How much time do you usually take to walk Stella? This varies day by day. My schedule with work is different every day, so it totally depends on how much time I have. I always make sure she gets at least 20 to 30 minutes of walk time, but ideally, and what I do most days, is 2 30-minute walks, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon or evening. But there's also some days where we go on hikes or walks that are up to like 2 hours long. So I feel very lucky that she's very versatile and she can get away with having a 25-minute walk and still not tear apart my house and have too much energy. But she's also capable of going on nice hikes that are a couple hours long, right? She loves hikes. She gets so excited when we go to a new trail. Do you groom her yourself or do you get her groomed? I have only done it myself. She's not as fluffy as I've seen some other mini dachshunds, and I think it's just because she's still young, she's still growing her fur. But I have trimmed her ears, I've trimmed her tail, I trimmed I trimmed the back of her legs. All the spots that we're getting a little like matty, ratty, and knotted, just to make sure that it stays manageable. If she does start getting really long fur, I would take her to get groomed, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary for this breed. But the one thing I have taken her to get done is getting her nails trimmed, just because I hate doing it. I get really nervous about cutting them too short, so I either get them done when I take her to the vet, or sometimes at daycare I'll have them do it there. Okay, last question, and then you can play as much as you want, Stella. How much does Stella weigh? She is so cute. Yes, you are so cute. And right now it depends on the day and if I weigh her before or after eating, but she's somewhere between 8.5 to 9 pounds. I think the typical weight for this breed is 9 to 11 pounds, so she is on the smaller side. She's not a food motivated dog. She's very motivated by toys and play, and she's also very active. She goes on a lot of walks and gets a lot of playtime. She plays with my parents' dog, but I do think she's full grown because she's just over a year now, so I don't think she's gonna grow anymore unless she just gains weight. But those are all the questions we're gonna answer today. If you have more, you can leave them down in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more content with little Stelly. Okay, bye.